This is 146 River Road. Kind of a nice location. Easy access, literally just 2 minutes into Brewer. 5 minutes into Bangor. It's a neat location. The other reason is that neighbors are pretty quiet most of the time. It's got a church on this side, house on the other side. It's got a nice backyard. Actually goes quite a ways back there. The house itself is 3-bedroom, 1 full bath. The owner's done some work to the house itself. It's got almost all replacement windows. It's got this storage barn, which is not as in good condition. In fact, that's one of the reasons the owner is opting not to sell it, because it does need a little bit of work. It does give the place to put some dry storage. It never was intended to be a garage for parking vehicles, so you can't put a vehicle in it. But this is kind of a neat little mudroom right off the parking area. You can see some coat hooks. Good spot to put shoes and that kind of stuff. The house itself is colonial style, I guess I'd say. It's what would be considered an eat-in kitchen. It has a separate dining room, but there is room for a table here. It has cabinet bottom, the old style original kitchen cabinets that go way up, give some extra storage. Kind of neat how they put a window so you can see into the backyard right when you're at the kitchen sink. Stove and refrigerator. Doesn't have a dishwasher. This house does have a full basement. This is kind of typical old school stairway down to the basement. It's got some storage shelves on the right side, and then some hooks to hang brooms and that kind of stuff. Basement, little I guess pretty standard general, perhaps a little bit better than some of the old school basements you sometimes see in old houses. Pretty dry. Does notice have a dehumidifier down here. If you're going to store anything in basements in Maine in the summertime especially, you should have a dehumidifier. They're useful in the springtime too, because like in heavy, if we have a heavy snow year, you'll get dampness in basements as the snow melts off, and dehumidifiers take care of that. Typically still recommend that people keep stuff in plastic totes if they put it in basements. You notice there's a box under the stairs, which I guess isn't in too bad shape, but still, we had a really mild winter this past winter. I'd still recommend keeping stuff in plastic totes if you have it down here. It does have the washer dryer hook up here. You notice one of the neat things of the house is the electric's been redone, so it's got a 220 line over there, and the outlet for the washing machine, hot and cold, and the drain for washer side by side. Also, that's the circuit breaker panel on the left hand side. It's also been redone. You notice over here, I think the previous owner had a little workshop space down here. You could just use it for storage shelves and whatnot, but has a hot water baseboard heating system, which is pretty common in our area. In fact, it's probably the most common. But it is a nice heat. You see all the circuit breakers there. And uses heating oil, which again is the most common, I think, for our area. So it does have a hardwired smoke detector there. It's one of the nice things about having electric updated, which people don't necessarily think about, but is certainly a bonus. The house itself is pretty spacious as far as room sizes. It's got dining room here. It's got a couple of these sort of rooms with lots of light. This is a bay window here, of course, on this side. Carpet on the first floor, and then wood floor on most of the upstairs. It has a couple heat zones, which is nice if some people like it cooler, or maybe even some people like it a little hotter in upstairs. So it has an upstairs zone as well. Built in for dining area, which is nice. Has this little sort of nook area. Somebody could probably put a desk here if they wanted to, or maybe even a desk. It's got this front entry, which the owner just put a new floor in. And then it's got living room, which again, lots of natural light, has a ceiling fan. Actually has a pellet stove as well, which is a selling point in the wintertime if the heat costs go up. Currently oil is the cheapest for heating in general. It wasn't just a few years ago though, so it's always nice to have a second option if somebody wants. Right now oil is about half the cost of pellets, but a couple years ago pellets were about half the cost of oil, so you never know. Upstairs again, newer windows. got the wood floor here and in 2 bedrooms, and then the master bedroom has got carpet. Pretty good sized rooms. Small closets. It's got a little closet off to the side. People could put down area rugs if they wanted to in the bedrooms 2 and 3. The owner did redo, or I should say renovate, the bathroom. So it did new floor. Again, it has window. It's a tub shower combo. And then it has a new vanity light. He also did a fan, which is kind of nice. A lot of these older houses would just have a window, no fan, which makes it a little harder when people are showering, etc. That is the second heat zone, which is nice again for the upstairs. And then this is the master bedroom, which is actually big enough to take a king-size bed. Oftentimes these old houses, that's not the case, but you could do a king-size bed with an end table on either side with this room. And then it has a closet, which is actually pretty decent size. Actually goes the whole length in there. And then it's a little deeper, so there's a little storage in the bottom if somebody was using it. And that completes 146 River Road in Orrington. If you're interested, visit us, rentbangor.com, 974-6606.